Welcome back to First Edition. Love it or hate it, the use of virtual platforms like Zoom, Teams, Google Meets became essential at the beginning of the pandemic, and we all stumbled our way through figuring out how to use them. But are things like telepsychology here to stay? Dr. Janine Hubbard is here to discuss this in this week's edition of Get Psyched with Dr. Janine. It is great to see you again.
As always, Tony.
So are virtual services really here to stay?
I think they are as an option, not the only option, but what has really come about, and this is some of the stuff that I was talking that I did some training on, it's really exciting is we have some solid research now comparing the experiences of online or virtual therapy versus in-person therapy, but also some of the experiences of in-person assessments. So things like learning assessments and memory and cognition compared to in-person. And what the research is showing is that really either method is showing equivalent results. So then you kind of need to look at, well, what are the pros and cons and who is it better for? But definitely we know that it's more than just a stopgap measure to get us through shutdowns with the pandemic.
So what then are the advantages?
Well, certainly convenience. I mean, I think we've all experienced that. The ability to not have to worry about parking, to not have to worry about childcare, to feel more comfortable from many places in their own space. I have done Zoom sessions from cars. I've done them from bedrooms. I've done them from all kinds of places. And that convenience. And even what I'm wrapping my head around is this past winter, I canceled a lot of testing sessions because of snowstorms. And I'm now realizing, hey, you know what? I wasn't doing the tele-assessment as much in the past, but maybe there are some things that I could do if we have a snowstorm. So it definitely adds flexibility.
Are there drawbacks, though, to this?
Sure, and again, not every individual and not every type of service is going to be well suited to virtual. I mean, general considerations, obviously, familiarity with technology, access to good Wi-Fi, privacy. Not everybody has the ability to find a safe and private place in their home or in their workplace. And, you know, again, some of it, we had lots of considerations around privacy and safety and a lot of those issues. And some of it does come down to personal preference and presenting issues as well. But I would say if you are looking into psychological services, therapy, assessment, it's always worth speaking with your healthcare provider about what is the range of options and is a hybrid model appropriate, is in-person appropriate, and just knowing that it's really nice to have some choice and it's backed up by the research.
You mentioned earlier talking about testing and assessment. So can testing be done virtually? How is that done?
Well, it's interesting. So some of it is the testing companies have made what we call our testing protocols, basically like the books with the pictures and things in them, available so that we can share them on our screen if we're doing a virtual assessment. So if I'm doing something like, say, a memory test where I'm going to give you a list of words and I want you to remember them, no reason why we can't be doing that over a computer. Or if I'm showing you a series of pictures and asking you to make a choice, they're usually labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D. Again, those are things that can certainly, with all those other considerations in mind, there's no reason why we can't be doing that over a computer as opposed to face-to-face. Lots of things we still like to do face-to-face, especially things that involve like timed computer activities or hands-on manipulatives. But there are a lot of things you know, if you think about, let me give you a story memory. I'm going to read you a story. Tell it back to me. Again, no reason why we can't do that virtually.
Right.
So there's some exciting opportunities, I think.
All right. Well, Dr. Janine, we are out of time, but thank you so much for this.
Thanks.